One thing for certain, we're living through a very emotionally fueled time at the moment. And it's no wonder, people's routines have been completely corrupted. There's a lot of fear, there's a lot of uncertainty. And that's not something that we sit with very easily. And consequently, we may find that our relationship with ourselves and our relationships with others are suffering as a result. Now, our overall life satisfaction is very much dependent on the quality of our relationship with ourselves and the relationship with other people. It can really make all of the difference in how we get through the current situation. So, it's something that we really have to keep an eye on. And our own emotional responses at the moment are possibly not what they would normally be, particularly for anyone who suffers or struggles with emotional regulation at the best of times. It can be really difficult to navigate your way through all of the discomfort that you're possibly experiencing as a result of the uncertainty, as a result of the fear, as a result of, your routine being taken away, your coping mechanisms being taken away, and if nothing else, being in close quarters with people who might push your buttons on a regular basis or may threaten the way that you normally engage with your life. So it's about recognizing, I suppose, that people may push your buttons, but it's your button. You're in control of it. And it's allowing for the fact that people are going to piss you off, particularly in your close relationships, and I suppose especially in your relationship with your partner. Because again, if you throw working from home, if you throw all the fear and the anxiety about money, about what's going to happen your job, what's going to happen your health, and as well as that, throw kids, homeschooling, all of that in together, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster. And oftentimes the only outlet that we have for this emotion is our partner. So it's about recognizing, I suppose, that we have that tendency to lash out when we're unable to cope with what it is that we're experiencing. And if we can avoid doing this at all costs, it's so important. I mean, I'm not expecting people to create this utopian kind of home place, but it's about trying to apply a little bit of understanding and compassion, first of all, recognizing the situation that you're currently in, and giving yourself a little bit of leniency, kind of giving yourself, cutting yourself a bit of slack, cutting your partner a bit of slack, because again, this is very unknown territory for us all. We're all acting differently. Our routine is disturbed. We're living in a state of fear and anxiety. So our cortisol levels are going to be elevated, and that's not something that the body deals with well. So we need to try and bring those down as much as possible. And ways in which we can do this is, first of all, own our emotions. So really recognize what it is that's going on for us. Sit with and name what's coming up for you, and allow it, honor it. I mean, us trying to deny the fact that we're experiencing fear or resentment isn't going to help us. So we have to just allow it to happen, but then release it. I mean, holding it in and then lashing out at other people, or indeed taking it out on other people unnecessarily, so isn't going to help us. You really have to be very aware of what it is that you're experiencing, but also the impact that it has on how you act and how you speak to other people. Because we can regulate our thoughts, we can regulate our behaviors. And whilst we may find that there is friction that we wouldn't normally experience in our relationships, we can also repair quickly. So we try to stay regulated, we recognize what it is that we're experiencing. We also recognize when we act out of character, or when we act in a way that is possibly unfair for our partner or for our kids or for ourselves. I mean, we need to be very compassionate and kind to ourselves in this very moment. So it's about slowing things down a little bit, cutting yourself that little bit of slack. And if you do find that there is, kind of a bit of uneasiness in your relationship, there's a bit of friction there, there's a bit of disconnect occurring, Remind yourself that you need your loved ones, you need connection more than ever before right now, and try to repair, try to see things from the other person's perspective, try to recognize what might be coming up for you may not, or may be altering the way your capacity to see what's actually going on in the moment. Do you feel threatened? Is it bringing something up from a past experience? And if so, are you able to deal with that in the moment? And are you able to repair the rift that has been created in the relationship as a consequence? So it's all about being aware, being mindful, and being forgiven, because people are going to piss you off right now. You can't be in the same location as somebody, a very, I suppose, claustrophobic location, and not get on each other's nerves. So it's allowing for that, but repairing as quickly as possible, being kind to each other, recognizing what it is that you need in this moment in time, and having the vulnerability, the courage to ask for it, to voice your concerns, to, I suppose, align with your beliefs, your core beliefs. Because again, oftentimes when we're put in a situation like this, we tend to go off track. We forget who it is that we want to be as a person. We can become very egocentric and self-centered and caught up in anxiety and anger. And it's about being like, okay, do I want to be a magnanimous, a benevolent person here, or do I want to be an asshole? And this is particularly important in the way that we deal with authority figures as well. You know, I'm hearing a lot of people talking about the work that they're doing in the front line, and they're being abused by people who feel like they're not being seen quick enough, or, you know, people who are in a panic state. And it's about recognizing, okay, would I act like this normally? Is it fair to take things out on the first person or the first easy target that I come across? No, it isn't. So try to, I suppose, look at yourself and ask yourself, okay, how do I want to look back on this time, in this particular time in history? Do I want to look back and think, oh my God, I was a complete jerk? Or do I want to look back and think, do you know what? I did the best that I could. I did the best that I could for myself. I did the best that I could for other people. I served in any way that I could. Like, one thing I'm actually noticing is, you know, even if you, like, obviously with the whole social distancing thing, that doesn't stop you smiling at people, that doesn't stop you making eye contact, that doesn't stop you waving at people. Whereas it's like as if we feel like as if the eye contact or the smile somehow puts us at risk of catching something. So, you know, be very mindful of that which you promote, because again, it's all about switching our attention here to what is good, what is loving, what is kind, what is compassionate, what is, I suppose, going to promote the strength of our relationship with ourselves and promote the strength of our relationship with our loved ones. Because as I said, we have a choice in this time. A lot of our choices are being taken away from us, but we can touch the people that we love. We can try to, you know, reach out and deepen our connections with them, or we can just choose to vent and take out all of our aggression, take out all of our frustration on them. And I'm not saying this is easy, because again, you know, it's not just like, oh, change your thoughts, change your behaviors. I mean, I'm as likely to lash out and just get so fucked off with everything, particularly, you know, after a couple of days with a toddler who just is relentless. And you know, you do, but again, it's about repair, apologize, recognize where, you know, you may possibly have reacted badly, or you could have potentially done things better. Be humble, be modest, be kind. I hope everyone is staying well. Have a lovely day, and remember to work on your relationships.